My name is Miriam.
My name is Ray.
My name is Maria.
And we're going to be working on the All Together Now project. So right now, everyone is going to read their vision statement and persuasively make a case for the team as to why this should be used for the center. So I'll start, and my vision statement is: no look will turn away the care you need, and no look will take away from the importance of your life. I chose this vision statement just because I feel like, not just me in general, but people must feel like when they go into a healthcare center, how they look or how they're dressed or the color of their skin affects the way that their health, or how doctors and nurses treat them, or how they're viewed when they go in there. So, for example, um, me per se, I speak Spanish with my kids when I go into places, and people always look at me like I'm crazy or whatever. Like, why are you speaking this language? Why can't you just speak English? And someone actually said that to me like a couple days ago, like, you're in America, why don't you speak English? And I'm just like, I speak English very well. So a lot of people feel like if you have a different color besides the typical, well, not typical, but like certain people feel like if you're not just white, straight up white, you get treated a different way. And I believe that. And it's happened to me several times.
Right. Right. Understood. And I think everybody, I do agree with that as well, because the world's forever changing. And it's so funny you mentioned that, Kaylee. Where I grew up in Northern Virginia, Spanish was like more of the first language than English. So, and I come from a big multicultural family as well. So I definitely liked your vision statement.
Thank you.
And I will go ahead and state mine next. Mine is understanding all walks of life, loving in the pursuit of happiness. When I think of cultural competency, like I said, it's relative to everyone, especially the healthcare industry. I come from a big multicultural family where my dad's Jamaican, we're Jamaican and Indian. My grandma is a straight Hopi Indian. My father-in-law is from Brazil, so all he spoke for a while was Portuguese to help my mom understand it. I think you have to be understanding of all walks of life, all different cultures, races, whatever, even sexual preferences. I think stating that it's all walks of life is pretty. It's not inclusive. It means literally everyone that you see on the daily. The love, because these are families. So these cultures love their beliefs, their religions, and their practices. In the pursuit of happiness is because everybody comes to America, like my dad said, and I say he's fresh out of the water of Jamaica. You come here for the land. It's the land of milk and honey. I'm sure it's a concrete jungle, but we all have that one common goal, no matter what color we are, what race we are, whatever our cultural belief is, we still want that pursuit of happiness. So cultural competency, it's just the ability to be aware of your self-views regarding the world and how you identify with different diversities of different people. So that was my vision statement and the reason I chose that.
Okay, for me, cultural competence, I have to chime in and agree with the two previous ladies, because I also speak a different language, and being able to walk into some place or a doctor's office, most importantly, to be able to be heard, or for someone to be able to communicate back with you in your own language,
Right.
is ultimately very important, and certain things can be missed. So I think being able to accommodate people when they go into, especially healthcare, is
Right.
quite important. And to be able to not only communicate, but also to understand their cultural preferences and things that are important to them. So my mission statement for me is to provide exceptional care without barriers, providing great patient experience, the highest quality of care, cost effective, and customer service with delivery of care in your native language. And I think for me, that's most important, having to take care of elderly parents. And sometimes the translation or English as a second language, there are things that are missed. So walking into some place where you feel accepted and know that, this is your native language, you're ultimately more comfortable in conversing and nothing being missed. So
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
I think that was great.
Me too.
I'm the same way. I also say the vision state. My vision statement was the barrier language and communication and the health affects the health. I also agree with Marian. That was my vision statement. The communication and the health center when they are going to an emergency hospital and they don't know and they don't understand where they get what are they saying, what are medication are they taking,
Right.
and so it's a very language barrier. And right now. The most the speaking is like more Spanish and other languages, and I think having the communication with laptops and computers and having them there in emergency to help them understand the language which they have now is very good for patients. So I think the most important thing is the language barrier that they have. So that's my vision.
I definitely agree.
So now, once each person has presented his or her idea, the team will work together, still recording the discussion to decide on one final mutually agreed upon vision statement, which can combine ideas presented by members and be adjusted as needed by the team.
Okay. So I definitely agree with the healthcare that Maria and Miriam focused in on.
Yeah.
I think that the bilingual and then having the people of different cultures help with the medical care is great. So Kaylee, what once we vote on it, I think if we could combine their last two statements, that would be great.
Absolutely, I agree with that as well. So I think honestly we can use pieces of all of ours and
Yeah.
make it into one vision statement, because I think we all had like different statements with the same meaning. So I
Same
think if we
common
combine
goal.
them all like parts of ours, we can make one really strong vision statement.
I agree.
So the vision statement, so I think we can like pretty much go in the way that we said them. Like I can be the first sentence because everything you guys said like followed kind of like what I was saying. So no look will turn away the healthcare you deserve. So meaning the look, because if you don't have the typical like I only speak English look, people look at you a little bit funny. So I think that's like an important statement for people to understand you're not alone.
Right. Absolutely.
So are we gonna decide on the vision statement now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess the piece that I think in my vision mission statement that I think I would like, I don't know, we can vote on it. I think to provide exceptional care without barriers and
I like that.
delivery, exceptional customer service with delivery of your care in your native language.
I love
Can you
it.
repeat that?
Oh, okay. To provide exceptional care without barriers. Delivering care, exceptional customer service with delivery of care in your native language.
Service. Okay.
And then Ray, you want to say the piece or portion of what yours you want?
Yes. The portion of mine that I'd like to add, let's see here. Let's see. Bear with me, ladies. Okay, so when you recruit and retain more minority staff, it allows the comfortable patient care. It demonstrates with cultural competency. It will demonstrate effective communication and interacting with people. Oh, sorry, Kaylee. It'll so as far as writing, I like this portion. It will help demonstrate effective communication and interacting with people who may be from a different culture, sex, race, or ethnicity.
So I think we have to kind of tighten it up a little bit, because the mission statement should say basically what the facility stands for.
Right.
So It needs to be clear and precise in the sense that, no barriers, exceptional customer service, cost effective.
So what I planned on doing was hearing the pieces that you all want me, which all so each one have, and then I'll break it down into something more short.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So
yeah,
can you just your was it will help demonstrate, and that's all I got.
yeah, effective communication while interacting with people who may be from a different culture, sex, race, or ethnicity.
Okay.
So that's basically like customer service. You know, you can't boom with the medical center or any organization without effective communication and being able to interact with others.
Right.
And that's all I'll add to that, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Maria, your piece.
Where me is the same thing that you have with the vision statement with the barrier to communication and health centers, but to include maybe how to include the interpreter services.
Agreed.
Something like that in there, so we could have that. But mostly I was with Miriam with the language barrier.
Yeah. Yeah, Miriam, I pretty much think yours, like Kaylee started it. I mean, I think, Kaylee, if you take what you have, my addition, Miriam's, basically your two, and mash it up, because it's really touching on everything, on how it can make the center better. Because even with recruitment and when you get to the staff portion, you know, having the people who can speak bilingual and communicate effectively means great customer service. So yeah, I think with your two statements, if you guys want to mash that up, that'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's basically, Kaylee, you started the fire, Maria and Miriam lit it, and I added a piece there. Yeah, okay, because it's right on task. I'm looking at the thing too. Yeah.
Okay. So then we have to decide on the 7 principles.
Yes.
Hold on one second.
Take your time, Julie.
Where's that?
So,
What you looking for? Move the preference.
okay. Since the vision statement can only be 2 to 3 sentences, this is what I just came up with based off of the 4 that you guys gave me. So no look will turn away the care you need, providing exceptional care with interpreter service without barriers to ensure the best quality care you deserve.
I like.
Okay.
Okay.
It's really sweet. I like it. Great job.
Thank you. So we got that. Now we need to do a list of 7 to 10 principles of the culture competence the team agrees everyone on staff should know about.
Okay.
All right.
So what did you come up with, Kaylee?
So I just used one of the resources that was provided, and it had like a list of 20.
Yeah.
20 of them. So I liked the first one that they had, provide interpreter services. The second one I got was to provide training to increase cultural awareness, knowledge, and skills. The third one was to incorporate culture-specific attitudes and values into health promotion tools.
Yeah.
4 was to include family and community members in healthcare decision-making.
I like it.
The 5th one I decided on was to locate clinics in geographic areas that are easily accessible for easy populations.
Yep.
Recruit minority staff.
Yep.
And the last one I picked was provide linguistic competency that extends beyond the clinical encounter to the appointment desk, billing, and just other jobs that are not directly hands-on all the time with people who are in the care center.
Yep.
So those are the 7 that I chose.
I agree with all 7. I do.
Awesome.
The one, and just so that include information, the one that I really like the most, of course, besides the interpreter services, were to provide training to increase cultural awareness, knowledge, and skill, and then to use to include the family and community members in healthcare decision making, because as we know, the aftercare process once they leave can be difficult. If you're from a different culture, it can be difficult. So if you include the community or have like a healthcare drive or clinic to educate continuing, that is also good to have.
I'd have to piggyback with what you said, Ray. But for me, I came up with a little bit different. I put specialized care, research, innovation, affordable care, access, exceptional experience, and customer personal touch. Not to say I'm in agreement with you guys with especially in regards to interpreter services, adding the community. And what's the third one you said, Ray?
Oh, I'm sorry. Where is it at? Include family and community members in healthcare. Yeah.
Yeah. So even though mine are a little different, but I'm
No, they're all really good though.
They are. So do you guys want to mash that up so that because you do have some valid points there, we can use some of Kylie's thoughts that we agree on. Maria, did you have one that you wanted to? I know with the interpreter services, we discussed that one. So
community health workers, I also like that one too, because community health workers will help patients who have lacks of any communication, lack of money, lack of getting to clinics or anything like that. They're really good to help patients and get services for them also. And tracking them with medications, with the doctors and healthcare. So that's the two ones that I really looking at.
Okay.
Okay, so we can decide on the 7 then. I think we pretty much have more than 7, but
yeah. All right, so let's fine tune. Since Maria, you had those two, Kaylee, we can add her 2. We can take 2 for Maria.
3 you mentioned, right?
Maria and Miriam. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'll write them. So the first one is interpreter service.
Right.
Maria, what was your second one again?
The community health workers.
Just exited. So the community. These community health workers. And then my 2 are recruit and train recruit minority staff.
Yeah.
You know, that's a real thing. So just to speak about that a little more. So I work as a phlebotomist right now. And so sometimes we have like people who are of Arabic backgrounds and they have to bring their husband into the room. Like we have to go to a completely secluded room and a man is not allowed to draw them. And their husband has to watch all procedures.
Wow. See, and that is definitely a cultural, preference.
Yes. Yeah. And then another thing that I encounter a lot is some people, like the other day, I had a white man come up to me and he was like, I don't want anybody of color to draw me.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that happened. Yeah.
And he only wanted, and the thing is that the location I work at, we don't have any white people. Everyone is either Asian, Spanish, or Black.
Yeah.
So he went to a different lab to get drawn because he didn't want any of us to draw him. So that is a very real thing.
That is a real thing. That is what we face. And it's unfortunate because the world is just becoming more diverse every year. Yeah. It's kind of crazy, but unfortunately it does happen a lot. So.
And the thing is, like, I tried to explain to the man that I'm half white myself. And he was like, no. And I was just like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah.
It's rare. And so my second one that I'm choosing is incorporate cultural specific values, attitude into the health that they receive, the healthcare that they receive.
Yeah. Sounds good. Let's see. And then of course, how many is that? Is that 4?
That's 4.
Yeah.
Okay. We can add just my one. They include family and community members.
Okay.
No,
And then,
you had 2 more that were good.
yeah, but we only need 7. I want to see if you want to add your 2 to them.
No, I think
Okay.
I covered everything.
All right. So that is my first one. And then where was provide training to increase cultural awareness, knowledge, and skill.
That's important. Very
Yes,
important.
yeah. Training, yes. We have that at my current employer. We do it every year for cultural awareness, but I will say for it being the largest healthcare insurance organization, they are huge with, spreading awareness and just kind of just hiring based on your personality and your ability for growth. And I love that they employ the Women Rule anthem. Okay. Our CEO is now a female. And it's so good to see people like myself. You come in as a Black single mother, starting off at $12.50, and then you literally can rise to the top. And I love it. I've been there 6 years, and that is one thing I love about it is they see nothing. They see your willingness to want to succeed, and that's what they base it on. So I feel bad for my men out there. There's not very many men at Anthem, but the ones that are, they're almost always from a different race, different religion, and they love it. I just love it. It's like a rainbow. And it's like, we all have the pursuit of happiness. We all want to be successful. So definitely the training increase, you have to be cultural aware nowadays to even have good business, because could you imagine if you had a healthcare facility that didn't offer bilingual, that didn't offer the cultural, awareness or communication, like you would lose half of your clients per se, or your patients there. I mean, oh my goodness, just off of the African American in Spanish communities alone, can you imagine how much $1 million revenue they would lose if they couldn't offer something, a healthcare provider who was comfortable with myself and someone who could help somebody who speaks a different language? It'd be a loss.
Absolutely. That's crazy.
Yeah, it'd be super crazy. All right, ladybugs. I think, and then do we have our 7? I think
we just need one more.
One more. Let me get, where was it? Let's see.
I think the locate clinics in geographic areas.
Yes. Let's add that one, because that's definitely important too. Because unfortunately, a lot of us, might not live near the big hospital or can find rides to the hospital. So
areas. Awesome. Now the last thing that we need to do
is the recommendations.
Hold on, sorry, I accidentally logged out.
Yep, I think it says that the last part is the top 3 actions that the team recommends the center to take to improve cultural competence and the team's reasons for the choices.
Oh, no, but I thought it was recommendations, then new policies and training initiatives.
Let me see. Top 3. Okay, I'm not seeing that. Final work can be done or approved. Be sure the final document.
We still have to do the top 3 actions like you just said.
Right. Okay. So top 3, again, for me, actually for actions is to recruit and retain minority staff, because you got to recruit for all of this to be possible, and you have to keep them there to make your organization culturally competent. If you just recruit and don't keep them there, then there's a lack of communication and a lack of understanding going on. Especially if you can't keep them in that position. So I think recruiting and retaining minority staff is one of the key topics for me.
I like that.
Me
Yes.
too. The second one I think is really important is to provide training to increase cultural awareness, knowledge, and skills. I think this is very important just because not everyone follows the same background.
Absolutely.
Religion is very diverse across the board.
Mhm.
Also, like stated before, not everyone is from here, so everyone follows different cultures per se. So just because we may understand where you're coming from doesn't mean we want to follow it.
Exactly. I agree. Good
And then
job.
the third one, that I think would be an action that we recommend is to always include interpreter services, like always offer that first before
Yeah.
just assuming. Just because I find it very important, and I use it a lot at my job. Just because someone knows very little in basic English doesn't mean they're actually comprehending everything that you're trying to get
Right.
across to them.
I agree.
So I think that's
Definitely
important just
agree.
because that way we know all the details that they need to know are getting through to them, and they're going to understand what they need to do for when they get home.
Yes.
Absolutely. And Maria, that was one of your big points in the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yep. Totally
So
agree.
I think we covered everything that needed to be covered for the video.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
so I'm going to stop recording, but I'm going to stay on the thing with you guys. Hold on.